11 states suing the Obama administration over transgender bathrooms. All rise. Judge Andrew Napolitano is here.
I'm still reeling from Goolsby's misrepresentations to you, and I can't wait to address them in the 11 o'clock hour.
You will?
Yes. Professor Goolsby, excuse me.
We'll make a lot of time for you, okay? So,
right.
But as he said, he's not a lawyer.
Right. But this story's profound. We're going to discuss
okay,
now.
Now, can I just get my 2 cents worth in right here?
You're the anchor.
That's true. Now, is it clear that President Obama, what he wants is for any child to go into any bathroom of their choice in school? That's what he wants?
Yes.
Any child, you choose the bathroom. If you're a boy, you can choose the girls' bathroom if that's what you want, if you identify in that particular way.
Yes.
And if I disagree with this policy, I am a bigot. Is that correct?
It's actually worse than that. If you run a school district and you don't enforce that policy and you regularly receive federal funds, he and the people in the federal government that work for him are threatening to withhold those federal funds, which of course would be catastrophic because so many local school districts and states for that matter are dependent upon the federal spigot of cash.
So it's a states versus federal issue. Does the federal government have the right to dictate bathroom policy for every school in the nation?
That very issue, so nicely articulated by you, is what is being laid before a federal judge in Texas this morning. Now, the case is not going to be resolved today. The lawsuit was filed yesterday. It's 11 states, most in the South, plus Utah and Maine, challenging the federal government's imposition of, you will change your bathroom policy or we will hold back our cash. And it all turns on the meaning of the word we all use every day, sex, S-E-X, in the 1964 Civil Rights Act. When they wrote that word and prohibited discrimination on the basis of sex, did they contemplate gender identity?
I guess not.
Well, they have used gender identity since then in statutes prohibiting hate crimes. So if you commit a hate crime based on gender identity, you have committed a federal crime as well as a state crime. Punch somebody in the nose because you hate their gender identity, you've committed a simple assault under state law, you've also committed a federal crime. The Obama Justice Department is arguing that that language in the hate crime statute made a jump into the civil rights laws and therefore allows the word sex in the 64 civil rights law to mean gender identity as applied to the schools today. This is an enormous leap, an enormous extrapolation, one that I predict will be rejected by the courts.
Rejected by the courts?
Rejected by the courts.
It might well be rejected by the mass of America's voters because we're being told that our 7-year-old daughters and granddaughters will now have to go to the bathroom with boys.
You know, it's interesting.
It's outrageous.
Well, I'll give you a little consolation. You are being told that, absolutely. But in the complaint, they actually cite statements made on the floor of the House and the floor of the Senate when the statute in 1964 was being crafted. And some members questioned others. Would this prohibit all discrimination on the basis of sex? What about living facilities in schools where students live there? And the response was, this prohibits invidious discrimination, hateful discrimination. This does not prohibit reasonable separation of the sexes.
Judge,